Hi guys, 14 Prime here, back with another video review. And today we're looking at the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Paleotrex. Now, first video of 2021, figured I'd do something semi-relevant before we get into other, like, Shattered Glass customs and more Legends reviews that are planned and God knows what else for this year. But, we're in the new year, lads. We did it. We survived. Hooray. So, what better way to celebrate than looking at something that's been long dead? Anyways, we'll look at this. I do want to look at the cards right quick for Kingdom, which this one actually came with Black Arachnia, which I have most of the Kingdom figures, and so far I've gotten 4 that have cards, 2 with the Arc, 2 with Dinobot, and these cards are honestly kind of lame to me. Like, the art's really cool, right? But it's like the whole predicting the future thing is so lame. It's like Black Arachnia, she's a Predacon. What happens? Oh, she turns to a Maximal. Which I think is fine that that's what they're saying, but it's like, I wish the art was something like a bit more Beast Wars referential. Like, what if this is like her in her Transmetal 2 form, at least? Or like for Dinobot, what if it's like him in his Transmetal 2 form, or like him on the Nemesis is going down, like something like that. Or though there's no fixing the Arc. It's like, what happens to the Arc? It crashes. Or like some of the cards I've seen, what happens to Optimus? He dies. Like, it's just kind of funny, to be honestly. But yeah, the art's nice. It's just I kind of think they don't really go as far as they could with the concept. And also on the back, golden disc. But we're not here for cards. Cards are the thing people care least about in the package, like, you know. So let's get into the real meat and potatoes. Paleotrex here, which this is the first of the new weaponizers, which are now fossilizers. And I think this is a really cool concept and idea, and I think she executes it quite well, which, I don't know if this is a he or a she, but I've kind of liked calling them a she, so we're doing she for this entire thing now. But anyways, she is quite big. Like, just for a little bit of a comparison, I do have Core Class Optimus Prime, which you can see. She's tall. And then Netflix Wheeljack. And if we wanna be weird, let's get Prime on there. Bam. We're recreating Age of Extinction. No, we're not. He won't stay. He doesn't want to recreate Age of Extinction. Oh, there we go. Hey, we did it. Anyways. Now, articulation in this mode, which we're going to get into the head in a minute, but everything else, the tail can, like, you can move it at this joint since it's pegged in. You can also move it here and to the side. The legs have insane articulation. They can move here at a full 360. They can move all the way up. They're supposed to have the joint be here, but since this is kind of loose, it also moves. So if you want to have that be the joint, let that be the joint. This can go all around, which this also swivels here, and this can swivel at the joint. And then there's a joint here and a joint there. So feet have a good bit. Little dino arms are on a little ball joint and go in, out, and of course rotate all around. The head is really disappointing. It can this neck can go up like that far. The mouth can like, it can open up real wide, which is nice, and close. But then, like, there's no rotation. They pulled a Cheetor, and I knocked this piece off. But they pulled a Cheetor in the sense of, like, they just gave her no neck while the rest of her has, like, pretty decent articulation. Which my personal fan mode fix for this is, for one, removing this since it messes up the hinge here that can provide for more expression. And then you take her apart a little bit. Take this off, and what I do is instead I leave it to where this peg is out, and I repeg all that in, put the shield back, then there's a hole right here that'll go into there, which gives her, you know, of course this joint's still here, in a rotation there, and then with that removed, she can look up that far and down that far. Which, you know, it does leave a bit of a hollow space up there, and it looks kind of weird, but I think it's fine. Like, it gives her a bit more stuff to do. I kind of wish the head could, like, look up more. Like, I wish these ports weren't there. Maybe she could just look up really far. That'd be nice, but I think they're actually there for the robot arms, so they nothing I can really do there. But this at least helps her have a little bit more of a neck. And then you can just take this, and of course this is a nod to the old Primal toy, the Macy head. Which I'm going to put him down. We'll put her down. Of course you can just take this, give it to Primal, and bam, he has his mace. He has his mace. He's good. He has a mace that can just scream at you and suck your soul in, I guess. I don't know. Just, it's kind of morbidly terrifying, and I kind of love it. So anyways, let's get her all into her base components. So first we pull the tail completely apart, pull off the legs, then pull them from here, pull this off as previously shown, pull that off, and pull these off. And so we have, let me try to get these laid out a bit. So we have all of that to work with. We have the hip pieces, have this, a dino head, 2 feet, a little shield, half the tail, these two, I guess just bones, tail, and head mace. Get the camera back down. Sorry guys, I'm rotating the darn tightening thing the wrong way. Which one weapon I found that I think is pretty great. If I can remember how to assemble. I did it yesterday. So let me see if I can assemble it again today. Shoot, I'm already messing up. Which one popular thing is you can take all these, make a giant axe. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But we can do better. We can do better. I'm trying to remember how I made this. I can't remember how I did this glorious thing. What's neat is that these like actually kind of look like guns. I don't know if that was intentional, but it's cool. It's noticed. I think this just, I plugged it in like that. I think. Let me see. Bring in Primal here. Let me see if I did this right. I don't remember how my own insane creation went, though this is also looking quite insane of a creation, if I do say so myself. You could just create this whole freaking mess. I don't know what this is being. I think it's just kind of absurdly funny. It's just, is this a beat you up weapon? Is this is this gonna kill you by stabbing, shooting, or clubbing? I don't know. But they are pretty fun. I even like did the proper armor thing with a Siege Megatron yesterday, and it was pretty fun. Though I don't really have him with me to show off right now. So let's get down to this thing actually becoming a robot. Let's first take these, fold down the little dino arms, take each of these pieces, flip that up, fold that back, and look for the part that's hollow, because the hollow bit goes on the inside. Same over here. And you got a pair of legs. Then we take the robot, plug in this, and then move this down, which I recommend not tabbing this in, which I'll show why later. Just don't do it. Just trust me on this, don't do it. Take this piece, plug it in here, this one, plug it in there, and take these, get them all. I like to rotate these a little bit. The arms in there. Plug in her torso. Plug in the really long neck here, like dear lord. And then flip that up. And then we'll get to that piece in a minute, but here she is. All in her robots mood. And she does look pretty nice. She looks pretty snazzy. It's very bone chilling, if you will. Which again, for a bit of scale, so that people know how tall of a deluxe she is. First, here she is with Core Prime. Then Netflix Wheeljack. As you can see, she's a bit taller than Netflix Wheeljack. And finally, the guy that wants to rip her head off to use as a mace. Pretty interesting dynamic they got going on there. Which, speaking of her face, you know what, I'm gonna rip off her face. Excuse me. But, you can see she has a nice, like, robot mode head sculpt on the go. Like, kind of gives me Nightbird vibes, in a way, which is why I think it's a bit female. And of course, you can just fold this down and this be your head. There are options. There are indeed options. Get that in. It's a really, really long peg. Articulation. Head can look down that far. Up that far, sadly. I wish it could look up like real far, because you can do like the screaming poses. Like, imagine if it could look up like all the way up. Like, that'd just be terrifying. But anyways, since it is like, of course, a peg, it can go all the way around. Arms do a full 360, out that far. Swivel there, and elbow bend that can go up that far, or all the way back if you're weird. Claw hand can move up that far, down that far, and of course this has similar articulation to where you can bend all around. Which, if you did not tab that in, she actually has an ab crunch. Which is pretty, because like if you tab this in, it locks that whole joint up, which I don't get why they'd want to do, because like an ab crunch, an unintentional ab crunch on a retail deluxe, and especially this retail deluxe, is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty neat. But anyways, waist swivel, since of course it's a peg. These legs can go up that far. They can just go all the way around, just the arms get in the way. Out that far. 90 degrees, bend at the knee. You can also use this as like a faux ankle joint. It kind of breaks the leg, like quite literally, but she's bones anyways, man. And there's a swivel there. And that's it. There's no like actual proper ankle, which sort of blows, but I mean, I don't think that many weaponizers have one, do they? Oh wait, they do. Yeah, they do. Never mind, she's one of the few that don't. But yeah, anyway, she does come with an extra piece, this little tail piece, which looks kind of dumb to me as a sword. This is just like, bonk, there you go, it's attached to your thumb, I guess. Though they do actually give you robot mode storage. There's a little slot right there, and there's a tab on the end of this, you just slot that into, and bam. And what I like to think it is I like to think that it's a, like a hidden way to rip off the arm. Like a hidden, like, cannon down there, like under the arm, like kind of like a Megatron, Galvatron cannon, except it's in disguise. It isn't obvious. It isn't in your face. I'm a gun. It's surprise halfway through the battle when you get shot in the mouth. But yeah, overall, she doesn't actually fall apart this easily. I want the record to show she doesn't fall apart this easily. I'm just dumb. She actually is really sturdy. She doesn't have any like joints don't want to fall off or anything. Like everything's nice and tight. It works. It hits. It's great. But yeah, in terms of my rankings for the deluxes, I don't plan on getting Warpath, but based on reviews and stuff, I think Cheetor is actually worse than Warpath. Though the Netflix one is better. Because we got a leak of that, I think, yesterday as of this recording, and it looks pretty snazzy. Probably going to pick that up and paint a bunch of detail on it. Who knows? Might be a custom review later this year. Who knows? But I like her more than Cheetor and Warpath, even though I'm not planning on getting Warpath. I just don't need him or overly like him. But Black Arachnia definitely beats her out. So I think she's actually like my second favorite deluxe of the wave. She's just fun. She's good fun. It's weird, it's wacky, it's crazy, but it's awesome. So yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages linked in the description below. And you can come join the Infinisun Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.